Come on, game. There we go. There we go. Sorry for that. My computer was being a dick right now because it made me think I was mistitled the video number again. Anyway, hey guys, MRG here with episode 46 of my Bloodborne Let's Play. In the last episode, we defeated Orphan of Kos after our 4th attempt, which I'm also kind of surprised. I was expecting it to take a little bit more, but whatever. In today's episode, we are going to start doing the Chalice dungeons, as well as facing German for the second ending so far. So, there is a path you do to get to from the first Chalice dungeon to the major one with the big boss that you fight. And in total you have to do 7 different Chalice dungeons, each in various difficulty. The first 2 or 3 are pretty easy, but after that it starts getting a little tough and challenging. I'm not going to be doing all 7 of those. I thought about doing those, but honestly, the Chalice dungeons are the same thing over and over and over again, and I really don't want to go through all that stuff again. One of them is kind of notable. I forget the specific name for it, but it basically cuts your HP in half completely, which is kind of ridiculous. It makes the challenge go pretty damn tough. Currently, my max HP is almost 15,000, so that would cut it down to around 700, which I think that's the HP you have, like, about halfway through the game. So we're going to be doing the first one, maybe the second one, and then we're going to fight German. So to do Chalice dungeons... Wait. Okay. Sorry. I need to let it go. Basic mechanics are failing me. Okay. So we're gonna sell a few things. I'm not really gonna be upgrading stuff anymore, so I'm just gonna sell 3 of these, and that should be enough. You can bring, I think you can bring anything you want to these things, so yeah. Conduct ritual, yes. Rituals finished. Challenge rests upon the altar. You may now explore the dungeon. So, Chalice dungeons were set. I thought they were going to be procedurally generated dungeons with a ton of awesome things and cool enemies and stuff like that. Which there are a few new enemies in these dungeons that you don't see anywhere else. We're not going to be seeing all of them, of course, but regardless, yeah. They're kind of the same thing. They're just long, winding hallways like this. You'll see. The first one is really damn easy. I think you were meant to do this way earlier in the game because a lot of the enemies in this one take like 2 hits and die. They're ridiculously easy. And I'm talking about bosses, not enemies. Bosses. And this is kind of why I'm not going to be doing all 7 of them, because it's just the same thing again. You have these long open areas, you have tons of branching paths, there's tons of dumb enemies. It's just the same thing over and over again, and the only real dungeon that is kind of different is the one that cuts your HP in half, and that's really about it. Besides that one, I'm not really going to show any of them besides this first one. I don't think I really need to do all that, because that would take like 10 episodes to do. Because I struggled with that. I struggled with some of the later ones, including the one with 50 HP. Honestly, some of the bosses in that one of them being Amygdala, by the way, was tougher than Orphan of fucking Kos. Yeah, I know, it was like my first time doing them in the playthrough, but at the same time, sorry, I'm not going to deal with that. That being said, the later Chalice dungeons do give you really good drop rates on a lot of like good blood gems and other items, so it is worth your time doing if you want to grind up for that and do PvP. I thought that guy was in a weird ballerina pose. This is probably going to take me like 30 to 40 minutes at least. This brings me back to oh my god! I'm sorry. This brings me back to the, forgot the name of it. That area in Dark Souls 1. You know what I'm talking about. Sin's Fortress. Don't get me wrong, the challenge dungeons are like super fun and can be a fun way to have a good challenge, but besides my ass being hammered right now from 2 retards, I need that 3. It's really not that bad. The early ones, at least. I'll leave up. I'm not touching that item. This will open the gate to the boss. You know, fucking I'm touching the item. Quicksilver. Of course it was on his crotch. I think we're not going to be able to see it because it's in like 2 or 3 specific ones, but there's a version of this thing that is completely naked and rolls around with a mace. It is one of the best enemies in the game. It makes me laugh every fucking time I see it. And it's exclusive to the Chalice dungeons. But quite a few of these enemies are. This guy, those weird zombie dudes are. There's a scorpion enemy that pops up once in a while that is also... Yeah, there's a lot of cool enemies. There's one enemy that's like a weird worm mole rat enemy that eats you, brings it through your body, and then poops you out. That's what it does to do damage. And we're never going to see it because it's in one that's not even in one of the 7. And I think it's like, technically speaking, the rarest enemy in the game because there's only like 1 or 2 of them total, not including bosses. I mean, technically bosses are the rarest enemies in the game, but I mean, everyone could fight those and see those, so I'm not really counting them. Yeah. Ah. He's like, this guy's like, okay, I got this, boys. I can do this one shot. Motherfucker, I'm dead. Sorry. I grew up in a weird group of friends, and we like doing that weird joke. We're into weird jokes. Moving on. My friends aren't weird, I'm the weird one, if anything, but anyway, moving on. Orphan of Cost was a really fun boss fight. I loved doing that for you guys. 3 to 4 attempts. Plus, I love the name that came up with the video. Sweet Child of Cost. Even, I know that's what the guy said, Sweet Child of Cost. But I was like, you know, that reminds me of that song from Guns N' Roses. I kind of want to use that as the title, so I used it. Sweet Child O' Cost. It could have been Sweet Child O' Mine, but that would have made kind of no sense since Cost isn't really my kid. Unless if it is. In that case, that's kind of creepy. But regardless, let's just keep moving here. Excuse me. Normally I don't like burping on video, but that just slipped out. So each Chalice dungeon has about 3 bosses, and yeah, so this one could take us a while, which is specifically why I'm not doing all 7 of them. Plus, it would take me... The enemies in them aren't tough, that's not the bad thing. I mean, they could be a pain in the butt, but besides that, each area has like winding paths, and it just takes so long to do. This is the first boss, I think. Yes. And the giants. I am dying really fast. There we go. Yeah. Struggled at first, but they go down pretty quickly. I understand we're going to be missing out on a few bosses, really cool bosses and challenges, but I'm sorry. No. I want to end off the series pretty quickly, and we have a major boss in this Chalice Dungeons that I want to get to right away. So if you're curious how I'm going to do that, I thought about it, and I think I'm going to be doing that. Since I have the items on my last save file, and I can play that anytime, I'm going to start up that one and start playing from that. Basically, the character in that's going to be the same as this, just lower leveled, but all around it's going to have better stats and strength because how I focused on strength in that playthrough. So we're going to be switching to that for the major boss. And this is what I mean by just these series being confusing. There's just a lot of like open random paths and stuff that you have to explore, and you can't just progress as quickly as you can. You need to find the way to open the door. I don't like the look of those. Yep, there's a trap right there. And I think I walked right past it. This area kind of reminds me of some Orchard Town, I think. I haven't played Dark Souls 1 in a little while, but, you know, I'm considering doing a playthrough of it. And by playthrough, I mean a personal playthrough. I haven't played it in, like, a year. But after I'm done with Bloodborne for the day, I'm going to start playing Star Wars. I got the new Star Wars game recently, so I'm going to want to play that. I've heard pretty good things about it. There's a few issues people have with the game, but regardless, I want to try it for myself, so I got it. Plus, from what I heard, even though it's an EA game, EA hasn't shoved microtransactions into it quite yet. But that's probably going to change. It's EA, after all. They're greedy pieces of shit. I'm sorry, EA, if you're watching this video, I have no respect for you. And that sorry wasn't for you, that was for my viewers. Even though you're never going to watch this video. Watch, they're going to watch this video and be like, you're not allowed to play our game. And then, like, soft lock me for playing the game. Well, joke's on you, I'm playing... Actually, no, never mind. Well, joke's on you. I could play whatever the hell I want. It's kind of funny. I was playing the Star Wars game a little bit, just like the tutorial area, and my mom walked down. My mom showed up and it was like, you know, did you make that character look like yourself? Turns out the main character, Cal, in Star Wars, slightly, and by slightly I mean like if I was skinnier and I think my hair was a bit longer, I would look kind of like him, but not really. She just said, did you make your character look like you? Because that kind of looked like you. And I said, no, not me. Did you make it? No. I'm pretty interested to see where that game goes. So yeah, this is exactly why I'm not doing all of them. All 7 of them. It's just tons of empty space, and that's it. There's no point for me to do it. It's just going to be the same gimmicky thing over and over again. Think boring hallways, similar bosses, one with at least a tiny amount of difficulty. Yeah, sorry. But I will leave the link in the description below of where of the guide I used for getting to that 7th one, I promise. That'll be later, though. Oh my god, it's the naked rolling dude. Oh shit! I'm sorry, but that needs to be in the thumbnail. I'm glad we got to see it at least once. Oh, after all, he is pretty much my favorite enemy in the game just because of how comedic it is. Some dude wearing no clothes just fat rolling like crazy towards you with a freaking mace of death, ready to kick your ass. I love that enemy. I don't know their official name either. I'm just gonna call them Naked Dudes because I'm immature and I really like that name now, so I'm sticking with it. Wrong way. There we go. The boss door. I believe this is the watchdog enemy. Okay, no hidden paths. Got the specific name, but it is... Oh, no, it's these guys. The Watchers. These guys could be a little bit challenging in higher difficulties, but to be honest, they're not that bad. And we have one more watcher left. Where the frick did he go? Where is he? Did he... What? Guys, this is weird. Where is the third guy? There he is! Frickin' fatty. Oh my god, this guy's destroying me. I was gonna make the dumb joke, like, oh my, sorry guys, that was a Taco Bell, but I ate Taco Bell last week, so, yeah. Sorry. Hey, I can make those jokes. I'm fat, so I can make fat jokes. It's not offending anyone. So I'm sorry if you're offended, but, like, chill. Relax. I'm not fat-phobic at all. I do need to lose my weight, though. And please don't be like, oh, but fat's beauty and shit like that. No, I need to lose this, because if not, I'm gonna die before I turn 30, and I don't want to die before I turn 30. Maybe 40, but regardless, I want to live as long as I can, and... Oh, we can summon people, I forgot. That increases the HP of enemies, but it's fun to do sometimes, so I'm gonna do it. It uses up an insight, but we haven't done it in a while, so why not? I think Oleg is pretty good. Scratching my leg, perverts. Ow. The other day, oh, I can feel that. The other day when I was plugging in my new Xbox, went to the store and picked it up, by the way. Not too shabby looking, and Kirk Hammer, nice. Kirk Hammer is one of my favorite strength weapons. It's a shame I've never used it completely because I usually switch to the Relic Saw, but regardless, nice. So we got another one of these buddies. Kind of reminds me of Gaping Dragon from, you guessed it, Dark Souls, but yeah. So this is the garden area. This is like a hub area in this, usually in each dungeon. Lower floor typically has quite a few enemies, including some of those centipede, gaping dragon looking mofos. If you didn't know, when you're playing Dark Souls next, if you attack the tail of the enemies like the gargoyles and the gaping dragon, you actually get weapons from them, but you have to break the tail before you kill them. Otherwise, you don't get those weapons. The red dragon that shoots fire at you from that bridge also does the same thing, but that one's really tough to get since that dragon is one of the tougher enemies in the game. A way you could do it is by shooting the tail with your bow and arrow, and there's a small chance the dragon will retaliate and actually manage to somehow kill itself. It's really gimmicky, but at the same time, it's usually what I do. In my first playthrough of Dark Souls, I got really lucky because I killed that Black Knight from the very beginning, and it's got a Black Knight sword, the one-handed one, and that thing I stuck with that through the whole game. That thing did damage. It was one of the best weapons. It is, in my opinion, the best weapon in the game. I usually go with one-handed weapons. I don't really care for the two-handed weapons much. Just not my playstyle. And I'm not... Normally I do like using magic weapons in games, but Dark Souls is a bit different in my opinion, and I feel like that game is just better to play with either dex weapons or strength. It seems like I know a lot about Dark Souls, but I don't. I don't. I still suck playing it like everyone else does, besides like some people that you do soul level 1 shit. You know, I don't know where the hell that guy went, but he is gonzo, so hopefully he doesn't die, because I think that HP stays when your summon dies. Blood vials. I'm getting messages left and right from my friends, and I need to message them back, but that'll be later. What is that? I've never seen this before. Never sees it before, kill it. Was I supposed to kill it? Okay, we found the entrance thing, or whatever you call it, the lever. Okay, that's the image I didn't even see. I mean, then again, we found one of them buck naked, rolling around like a freaking crazy person, so I guess seeing that guy's ass is not a big deal. Oh, never mind. Both of them are talking to each other, so it's not just one of them talking the whole time and not getting any messages back. Where the hell did that dude go? Did he die? Is he stuck just fighting enemies? I hear him. At least I hear something. I guess he just went off and decided to say, screw it, I'm just gonna go fight shit. Oh, there you are. Frick, man, where were you? I know they can't hear me, but it's just like fun talking to them once in a while. We unlocked the way to the next boss, I think. So we can wrap this up. I don't really want to 100% explore this section. However, I have no idea how to get to the next boss. Interesting. There it is. Wrong way. As usual, there's always some off-branch that you could explore right before the final boss in a chalice dungeon. So we're gonna do it real fast, just because you get some cool stuff for it. That dude was ready. He was like, the second someone opens that door, I'm gonna start swinging. Oh wait, damn it, I should have done the Danny DeVito meme, anyway there I was shooting, you know? That meme is a good one. Danny DeVito is like, he is a classic. If you disagree, whatever. It's not worth arguing about. That mold item we just got is for chalice dungeons. More chalice dungeons. Is that it? Was that it? Because normally these things go on and on and on for like forever. Speaking on, okay, there's the door. You know the chocolate Toblerone, that Swedish chocolate? Low-key, probably one of my favorite chocolates. They had, I don't know if they still have it anymore, but there was a version of it that was called Toblerone and on and on and on, and it was basically like a meter-long stick of chocolate. When I first saw it, I was like, yes. And if you don't know what a meter is, that's about 3 feet. I don't know what that is in like Canada or in other parts of the world because I live in the US, so sorry. God damn it, I think we got knocked down to the lower level. Shit. And I almost got arrowed. Well, it could have been worse. It could have been like that one episode earlier where I had a spear sticking out of the back of my freaking head, so... Wrong side of the ladder. Oh no, okay, we're right here. That's the thing that was like... So anyway, I'm gonna start swinging. Sorry. It's gonna happen again, isn't it? No, surprisingly. Don't know what that was, but some enemy jumped off a cliff somewhere. So it is very worth your time to explore each floor of the Chalice Dungeon. Pretty much all of it, because you get item drops, as well as items required for later Chalice Dungeons. Where? I'm all lost again, damn it. Olik is probably looking at me. Wait, let me see his name real quick. Yeah, Olik is like looking at me like, where the frick are we going? Yeah, that's the way we want, I believe. Yeah. Drop down. I'm about to heal before the boss, so I don't mind taking a bit of chip damage. Yeah. So I think this is going to be the giant flaming dog boss, which is one we only see in the Chalice Dungeons. I gotta say, out of all the Chalice Dungeon bosses, I think this is my personal favorite, besides the major one we fight at the end of it. Just because I love the concept of it. Yeah, Watchdog of the Forest. So I think this is a beast enemy, so if you have beast-related items, you can just go nuts. Speaking of go nuts... No, that's not what I meant! I wasn't talking about your nuts, bro. Beast enemies are weak too. Rated, so might as well go for it. There we go. So that's the next Chalice Dungeon, as well as a Flame Gem, which I have no idea what that does. There it is. I was like, where's the lantern? Return to Hunter's Dream. Yep. So each Chalice Dungeon has 4 floors. I think one or two have more. At least the required 7, but for the most part, each one has around 3 floors. I think the final one has 4, actually, so that's going to take us quite a while, but that will be a later episode. Yeah, so it's time for our second bout with Gehrman. So, last time we fought Gehrman, quite a few episodes ago, I ate off at least 3 of these. You only need 3. I got all 4 of them. You need to eat 3 of these, at least, to get the secret boss fight with the Moon Presence. We're not going to be doing that this time because I already got that ending, so... Excuse me. So we're not going to be eating any of them. Shit. Well, okay, fuck. Reason why I said shit is because I just realized I already saved my file to the USB stick before I did the Chalice Dungeon, so I am going to miss out on that experience, but for the most part I don't really care, since we're going to be switching to another save for the that final Chalice Dungeon I want to show. Anyway, let's go fist Gehrman. Gehrman is weak to fire mostly. He has basic resistances to all physical type damage, 150 each. He's pretty weak to Arcane and Bolt. Sorry, not fire. He's also kind of weak to fire, but bolt a little bit more. His bolt resist is 65, where his fire is 70. And poison won't do much to him. And he's a human hunter, so well, beast and kin related things don't do shit to him. He has just over 14,000 HP. And as for attacks that can be interrupted, in phase 1, all of his attacks can be interrupted. In phase 2, all but his vertical attack or visceral attack can't be interrupted. And then phase 3, his stagger shot, apparently, I guess, 2-stage cleave, and his transformation attack are interruptible, whereas his other weapons or attacks aren't. Honestly, this boss probably won't be much of a challenge because I did all the DLC and my character is like level almost 150, so we're probably going to kick his ass really hard. especially because we have bolt paper. So let's do this.
Good hunter. You've done well.
How long is this video?
It is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream. Dear, oh dear, what was it? The hunt, the blood, or the horrible dream? Oh, it doesn't matter. It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes. Tonight, Gammon joins the hunt.
Love that quote. That was awful. Shit. My God. I'm trying. I don't know why I'm sucking so badly. I'm not sure if this is... Yeah, this is big. I'm just gonna pop off this. Be careful because he can stagger you. Nope. How did that hit me? That didn't. Of course, I think that was one of his non-interruptible. Okay, that was on me. He kind of looked like the Joker right there.
And so, the hunt begins again.
I think that was the sound of my bolt paper wearing off. So that was it for so far. There's one more thing I want to do, and then the final ending, and that will be it. So stay tuned for that, and it'll probably be tomorrow because today I thought about doing a third episode today, but I think after two 30-minute plus episodes, I think that's enough for me right now, and I do want to just play some more Star Wars. So thanks for watching today's. Excuse me. Thanks for watching today's videos, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Did not mean to do that.